Hi, guys, and welcome to another edition of Two Halves and Two Innings. And as you can see, two of us are wearing our India shirts, and we are celebrating not beating them once. We didn't just beat them twice. We beat them three times knockout against Pakistan, 150 for 5. Tilak Verma scoring an absolutely amazing, unbeaten 69. 6-0, that means we've beaten them 6 times in the last 3 years. Undefeated record. India absolutely smashed it. And we are coming to you with reactions from that final. And I've got with me my co-hosts, Amit and Rohit. And guys, just want to also thank our sponsors at Synaptech. If you're looking to improve your vision in sports, then please do check out Synaptech as they do help with sports vision glasses. Now, we're going to move into the juice, the nail-biting finish that was the India and Pakistan final. And guys, India won the toss and we put them into bat. And I want to start with Amit. How did you feel? Firstly, I just want to know your gut reaction firstly. Let's just go for it. Lay it all out. How do you feel right now?
Brilliant. It was too close for comfort, if I'm honest. I think at one point I thought Pakistan were going to get probably 200, but then a brilliant comeback from the Indian bowling attack, and then 147. I thought with the due in with the night game in Dubai, I thought that should be easy to get. But again, this is life. This is sport. You can't count your chickens before they get hatched. Started off awful. I do not know what the players were doing. Abhishek Sharma, he did not look settled at all. It's the most nervous I've seen him. Maybe final pressure. You don't know, but those after him were awful shot selection. The Sky was an awful shot selection. I think it was Gill got out as well, so really poor. And there's a couple of very close run outs as well that India were really look at. So I don't know where their head was at, and it's a shame really that there was no leadership. It felt on the pitch, where there was just need to say, "Come on, guys, this is on paper easy to achieve. We just need to kind of keep the singles, keep it going. One boundary and over. And we should see this through quite easily." But they were just in a rush to get it through, so too close to comfort. And for me, the best comment that I've read on X since the match is from India's esteemed president, Prime Minister, sorry, Narendra Modi, and he said, "Operation Sindoor in the games field, outcome was the same. India wins." Very well said, Prime Minister Modi. Jai Hind.
Yes, I mean Operation Sindoor, but I think it was more like Operation Tilak today, which he performed
Very good.
absolutely amazing on the field with the bat. I think it was a very composed, smart, sensible innings, and like you said, India's batting. We'll get onto that firstly because we want to go through firstly Pakistan's innings. So Rohit, I want to bring you into this. We saw Pakistan start off very well. They lost their first wicket for 84 runs, but then somehow they kind of pressed the self-destruct button, didn't they? Losing the last 8 wickets for only 33 runs. Can you tell us what was happening there? Was it some
Yeah.
brilliant bowling by India, or was that Pakistan did they lose the Reds?
No, I think it was a brilliant bowling by India. I think if you see the last game as well, the pattern was same. They were 87 for 1 in 10, and then they bowled out for 100 and 171 as well. I think last innings. And this one as well, I had full faith in the middle overs, but I think Indian spinners bowled pretty well again. And to be honest, I was thinking when I was watching halfway through 10 overs, I thought, ooh, this is final, and we put them on bat. And I always believe having the scores on the board in the final is kind of like +1, right? Having the scores. So I was thinking, my God, if they make 200, it's a pressure game. And when they chickled out for 146, oh my God, that's a wicked. What a bowling by India at that overs. I think this is why I think we should now, even though we say T20, we should never say until the last ball is bowled. So, but yeah, I think it was better bowling by India. And then obviously Pakistan don't have that skill at the moment as a batting unit to come out of that situation like India did. Even India went out 22 for 3 as well, right? So Indian players has more skill at the moment. I'm talking about, right? I'm not talking about the past. I'm talking about at the moment currently. So I think they just got into pressure and then they gave their wickets away. And obviously the bowling was superb by India.
Yeah, definitely. I think the last minute update on Hardik Pandya, he was a big miss. But luckily we had the replacement of Rinku Singh, who proved to be very important, hitting the winning runs. But just to go on India's bowling, Guldeep Yadav, I mean, I have no more praise to give Guldeep Yadav. He is an absolutely exceptional bowler. I think, forget him talking about football. I know he's going to make his own podcast about football, but you are an amazing leg spinner. We want you on this show hopefully soon. So if you're watching this, Guldeep, please hit us up. We'd love to have you.
Isn't he a Liverpool fan?
He's a Man United supporter, I think.
Oh, good man.
Yeah,
well, he's got plenty of time. He's got plenty of time for his podcast there. There's not much to talk about.
But yeah, we just want to go over his figures. 4 overs, 4 wickets for 30 runs. And I think that actually made the difference, like I said, in the middle overs and the middle innings in Pakistan's batting there that, proved to be the turning point, and some considerable mentions as well for Bumrah getting 2 wickets, Varun Chakravarti getting 2, as well as Akshar Patel. So even though we did miss Hardik, India's bowling did, I think, come up really well. And I think that was the key difference to restricting them to only 146. But guys, that start from India. So I know, Amit, you were talking about it straight away, but did you almost feel like that was the Champions Trophy final against Pakistan all those years ago when we were out for 3-4 wickets down after only 30 runs? I thought, hi, this is going to be one of those games. But tell me what was going through your mind when Abhishek, Gill, and
Surya Kumar
got out. Yeah. How did you feel?
I've already spoken on this guy. Let you talk about this one.
No, I think it was a pressure game. It was a pressure game, and you can see Abhishek is still a young guy, right? He will learn from it. But to be honest, I didn't watch the first 3 because I was very, very paranoid. I was very, superstitious at the time. I said, last 3 games India won against Pakistan, did not watch the start. I said, listen, this is the final. I don't want to watch it. I was very, very superstitious about this. So I thought, okay, let me not watch it. But then when you go 3 down, I said, oh no, what's happening? So I think he will learn. But again, I had full confidence in India team as well, because the players, like I said earlier, they have more skills. The IPL games, they play like this many times. You can see how Tilak came up. Oh wow, amazing batting by him. But start wasn't as good as we hoped. But hope they learn from it. Abhishek learns from it. He's still very, very young. And actually, because I was watching, I don't know who mentioned that. Maybe Malik or Shoaib Akhtar mentioned it on their podcast. Not in the podcast, but actually the TV crew, when they were, what they call it?
Pre-game shows.
So in the post-game last week and pre-game this week, today, I think they mentioned regarding having a right-hander bowler bowl against Abhishek Sharma, because he's very, very good against Shaheen Shafridi at the moment. So I think that's why they started with Fahim Ashraf, and then he got the wicket. But again, it's a tiny bit. And end of the day, we won the game. But if we hadn't, then obviously the start would have been the talking point most of the time, right, after the game. But I think brilliant game by India. But yeah, I think we need to work on the start in finals.
Perfect. That's it. That's the key thing, is about the performances in the finals. You can have the best performances in the group games, in the eliminators, but it all comes down to the finals. But I'm glad that we managed to get over the line. So I'm going to ask my co-hosts a couple of questions here, and I want to get their responses on this. So Amit, I want to come to you. Firstly, who do you think is player of the tournament?
Abhishek Sharma.
And why do you think that?
Well, apart from today, but his performances throughout have been outstanding. And I say he's still a young lad, and it's the first time. What we've got to remember is, yes, India are current T20 world champions, but a lot of them players who won that tournament are no longer playing. So, for example, Rohit, Virat, Jadeja, I think Ashwin might have been in there as well. I'm not sure, but so it's a new team. So for the young guys, and I know there are members of that current team who were part of that squad that won the T20 World Cup. It's a nice transition phase, and it'll give them winning games and winning tournaments gives kind of players confidence. And if you actually think about it, India actually weren't that great as a unit throughout the tournament. There were kind of magical spells from the bowlers, which we talked about today, with Guldeep was amazing, and there were magical spells from the batsmen. Now, normally that was Abhishek, and then with his second supported by Tilak. But Shubman, Sky, none of them really, apart from Sky. I think the first game against Pakistan, he really didn't get going. So that's good. That as a unit we weren't at our best, although we won the game, which is obviously the most important thing. So there's still a lot to improve, which I think is good for us as Indian fans. That there's still a way to go, but we still won the tournament. So yeah, it's brilliant for me. Abhishek Sharma.
Definitely, I would agree with you. I think Abhishek Sharma has been fantastic with the bat. And Rohit, I want to come to you in the India team. Who would you say you've been most disappointed with, and who do you think has underperformed in this team throughout the series? Or the tournament, sorry.
I think most people will say this. I think I've been very, very disappointed with Bumrah, Jasprit. I can see you've been off form this Asia Cup, but that's fine. We have depth in the bowling, but I'm not too worried. But obviously, I was expecting Jassi to play well, but maybe he's tired. But again, I think for me, he's been a bit let down this series, this Asia Cup. But finally, he got 2 wickets. That's what matters, especially Haris Rauf's wicket, amazing. And the celebration he did after that, amazing. So up till the final, that's Jassi. In the final, Jassi was superb. That's it. So that's what matters, right? Yeah. The big bowlers, big players play well in the finals.
Well, that's true. To be fair, just looking at his stats, for 5 matches that he played, he only did manage to get 7 wickets. So he did rank quite low down compared to obviously Guldeep Yadav, who was the highest wicket taker with 17 wickets. So just to show again how important Guldeep Yadav was. Second, is Shaheen Shah Afridi with 7 innings and then 7 matches and 10 wickets. So look at that gap of 7 wickets, between first and second. So, and then after that, there's not been any India bowler except for Varun and Bumrah, who only picked up 7 wickets. So you're right, Rohit. So Bumrah probably didn't really, but then again, he did miss 2 games. So
he did, yeah. But again, I'm not talking about the wicket column. I'm more talking about the runs he's given and the sixes been scored on his bowling. So I think last game against Pakistan, I think he bowled 4 over 45 and no wickets as well. So that's probably the highest ever probably runs given by Bumrah in T20, I think, if I remember correctly. But this is where I'm thinking Bumrah wasn't probably fit 100%, or maybe he wasn't informed this Asia Cup, but let's see what happens in the next T20. India going to Australia as well in one-day cricket, playing one-days and T20s, and then we have T20 World Cup coming up next year. So he is the key to our bowling. He's a superb bowler, amazing bowler. So he's the key to our bowling lineup.
Are you surprised then, boys? Are you surprised? Obviously, in 3 days' time, India's Test match series is going to start against West Indies. I know it's on home soil, so they've not got far to travel. And with all due respect to West Indies, they're obviously they've got a lot of issues kind of in their team as far as the Test side's concerned. So, are you surprised that Bumrah's been picked for that when they're talking about his workload? He's in the squad. Obviously, we don't know if he's going to play, but he's in the squad.
Yeah, so that's going to be a key thing. Obviously, then only him and the, coaching staff and the medical experts are going to be able to fully analyze him and see, is he going to be able to, I think it's only 2 tests that we're playing. So,
that's even more reason. Why don't you give him the time off? Go, go in
there's no point,
ice chamber or whatever, or go to the Maldives. Top up your tan and get relaxed, get those muscles relaxed.
But guys, what is happening about presentation? It hasn't even started yet. So guys, we're recording this straight after the game, and presentation hasn't even started yet. What's going on?
Indian timing.
I haven't seen.
I think because none of the BCCI representatives came, they're probably waiting for a quick flight from.
But what's going on? It's never seen like this. I'm waiting for presentation, and they haven't even started yet.
So
wow.
What we'll finish on then is, I want to ask a question again to both of you: is do you think Surya Kumar Yadav will be the T20 captain for India's next series or foreseeable future? Do you think he's performed well enough to earn being the captain, or do you think that it's maybe time for someone else to be a captain in the T20 side and let him just be a batsman?
No, I think I'm going to say something on this. I think he will be till the next World Cup special, because we don't want to break the rhythm now. He has a good rapport. I think he's very calm. This is why he's the captain. He's not quite reactive like some other captains, but he's very calm. I think that calmness and because in tough situations, pressure situations, you need a calm head to make decisions like Dhoni used to do. So I think they will definitely keep him as a captain till the T20 World Cup next year. Then they may think maybe to bring Shuman in to be a vice captain in this Asia Cup was to make him ready for the T20 captain as well, to be T20 captain as well after the T20 World Cup next year. So that's my theory. I think that's the right decision. If you want to have the same captain, and I think he will lead India on all three formats, I think, in the future.
Interesting. Amit, what do you think?
Yeah, I agree. I think it'd be very harsh on Surya Kumar Yadav to not remain as captain, having just won the Asia Cup. So yeah, I think I would definitely keep him on just for that continuity. He's got a young team, and let him hopefully be able to defend the next T20 World Cup. I just want a couple of things I want to say. I was very surprised that obviously with Hardik pulling out last minute, that obviously I know Rinku scored the winning runs, but I thought Arshdeep would have played, especially when you consider kind of his performance in the Super Over against Sri Lanka. But again, obviously we don't know. There seems to be an issue. Well, we're assuming there's an issue between Gautam Gambhir and Arshdeep played, but we don't know. And finally, as we wrap up, I just want to say, I know it's going to be a bit controversial, but I think some of the behaviour of the Pakistan players towards India especially in the second match, was absolutely disgusting, and especially a certain Haris Rauf. And for me, justice was served. Karma did full circle, because in essence he was the one that kind of lost Pakistan the game in his, I think, second, third and fourth over. So just sometimes, regardless of stuff, you just need to show a bit of respect to the kind of lives that have been lost.
I think this is where I think I quite liked Shahin Shah Afridi, because he did not even say anything. He said, he kept his calm head. I think he didn't even use any of the signs or anything. And people were after him as well. People were complaining to him as well. So I think Haris, whatever he was doing, even taking catch as well today, he was doing something. That's why I loved Jasprit's when he pulled him out, just his reaction as well. So, well, can we say karma is there, guys, like Amit said.
That's it. But you know what? Regardless of gestures and childish behaviours, ultimately the best team won. The best team of the tournament.
100%.
And honestly, the best team in T20 cricket in the world. So India, fantastic. We congratulate you on this fantastic achievement of winning the Asia Cup, beating again the rivals of Pakistan. So you know what, guys, honestly, that's exciting times for India when it comes to T20 cricket. We've got a lot of youth coming into the team, and obviously there's going to be some excitement for the next World Cup as well. That's going to happen in 2026. So let's cheer on India all the way till then. Okay, so guys, thank you from 2 halves and 2 innings, and we're going to catch you on the next one. Take care, and again, Jai Hind.
Jai Hind.
Jai Hind.